Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the full in-depth review for the Xiaomi Mi 3, and I have been using this Mi 3 now for about 24 days before producing this review. In fact, during that time I have made a lot of pointers and I'll talk about it. And I have also made several other videos on this Mi 3 covering its various other aspects like camera, performance, etc. Links for those videos will be in the YouTube show notes. And the first thing about the Mi 3 is its screen size. I'll talk about the physical dimension. It sports a 5-inch screen, which is a full HD, that's a 1080p screen. And it's an IPS grade panel. And the quality of the panel that Xiaomi has used on this Mi 3 is actually very good. Also, the screen panel can go very bright, and it does have an auto brightness sensor. And the auto brightness sensor actually works very well on this Mi 3. And if you keep it on auto brightness, even outdoors, it does a fairly good job. Now coming to the physical aspects, I would say the screen quality, as I told you, is very good. But I do notice that physically the phone is a little bit big due to the fact that it has some heavy bezels at the top and at the bottom also. But overall, it's a nice looking device. The back actually looks like metallic finish, silver finish. But it's not actually metal. Yes, the internal chassis structure is aluminum, but here the back is plastic. But again, if you just look at it, it feels like metal. So the fit and finish of this device is actually very good. Moving towards the back, we have actually two LED flash, secondary microphone, and a 13 megapixel camera, which can also shoot video up to 1080p. We just have the Mi branding at the bottom, and here we have the opening for the speakers, and the speaker quality is actually, I would say, pretty decent. We also have a micro USB slot over here, and moving towards here we have nothing. The power button and the volume rockers are located at the right, and I feel it's pretty comfortable. If you just tap in here to access it. Now, if we move towards the specs, here the Mi 3 impresses us a lot because we are getting some very good specs. It's powered by a Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor, and it has 2 gigs of RAM. Regarding internal storage, it has 16 GB of internal storage. There is also another variant of the Mi 3, but that's not sold in India. That comes with 64 GB. So as of now, the Mi 3 that we are getting in India that's sold via Flipkart is the 16 GB variant. Sadly, we do not have any external slot for micro SD card. So the storage is what you get on this device. Now moving to the battery also on this Mi 3 is not user replaceable. It is sealed inside, and it's a 3050 milliamp hour battery. But the battery life that I got on this Mi 3 during my 3 odd weeks of testing is excellent, I would say. It can easily last you 1 full working day without any issues. And for me, with my normal usage scenarios, it was lasting me for around 1.5 days before I had to put it to a charge. And with casual usage, I was getting slightly around 2 days worth of battery life. So in terms of battery life, the performance of this Mi 3 was very good. Now, if we move towards the storage, as I told you, the con is it does not have any micro SD card slot. So the storage is what you get with this device. But fortunately, we do have USB OTG support with this Mi 3, and it works. And I tested it with a couple of thumb drives, and it worked perfectly. Now, if we move to the call quality on this device, the call quality was also actually very good on this device, and I have no problems regarding the cellular call quality on this Mi 3. Some of you have asked me regarding LED notification light. Yes, this Mi 3 does have a physical LED notification light. And actually, now if we talk about the build quality of the device is actually very good. The front glass is actually Gorilla Glass 3, and I have been using this Mi 3 now without any screen protector or anything like that, and I did not notice any scratching or anything like that. So it's been working perfectly, and it has Gorilla Glass 3 protection. Now coming to the user interface on this Mi 3, the Mi 3 runs actually a custom UI called MIUI, which is very similar to iOS. We just have rows and rows of icon, but we can definitely install third-party launchers. For example, I'm using the Google launcher on this Mi 3. You can install that, and it works perfectly. At heart, it is just running Android, and it comes with the Android version KitKat out of the box. So you can definitely install third-party launchers on this Mi 3. In fact, I have already made a dedicated video how to install this Google launcher on this Mi 3. Regarding the MIUI, it does offer actually a lot of functionality. So if you are a power user, you will definitely like the customization that is offered via this MIUI. It does offer a lot of options for advanced users. Some of you have also asked me regarding navigations, and I did test this Mi 3 with GPS navigation using Google Maps, and there also I had very good results. It could lock to GPS very quickly, and I did some GPS navigation and it worked as expected. Now if we move to the gaming performance on this Mi 3 is also very good thanks to the Adreno 330 GPU coupled with the Snapdragon 800 processor. It could run any game I threw on it, so gaming is not an issue. But one thing I did notice is that if you do very heavy gaming for continuous long periods of time, for example more than 20-25 minutes, it does tend to get a little bit warm. But during my normal usage, when you do normal usage, that is non-gaming etc., the phone did not exhibit any issues of overheating or anything like that. Yes, with the normal usage, when you use it on 3G etc., while browsing etc., yes, it does become a little bit warm, but there is nothing like it gets hot or something like that. So that is regarding the heating. Now if we move towards the camera, the rear facing camera on this Mi 3 is a 13 megapixel camera, and I would say the camera performance is actually very good considering the price point of this Mi 3. This Mi 3 is sold in India via Flipkart for just 14,000 rupees, and the camera performance is actually very good. In outdoor lighting conditions, the camera performance was excellent, I would say, and even indoors it did a decent job. But in very low lighting conditions, yes, there is a little bit noise in the pictures, but overall I would say the camera performance was very good. In fact, I have already made a dedicated video regarding the camera performance. You can check out that for pictures and video samples. But one thing I did not like with this Mi 3, it can record video in full HD, that's 1080p, but though the video was clean, but the audio, there was a little bit of hissing noise in the video that I recorded via this Mi 3. So in terms of picture quality, it was nice, but the video, it has a tendency to add that hissing noise in the videos. I don't know if that can be solved with the software update, but it is there as of now. The front facing camera is also actually pretty good, and it is good for taking selfies. Now some of you have also asked me about the headphone output on this Mi 3. In fact, I was really impressed with the headphone output, and I did test it with my trusty Grado headphones, and these are audiophile headphones, and the audio quality that I got from the headphone jack was really good. Also, this Mi 3 has some audio profiles. When you first insert the headphones, you can select that. So using that, I got very clean output, and it could even drive my Grados, which generally many of the smartphones cannot drive it at high volume. This Mi 3 could drive it. So it also, in terms of headphone output, I feel the Mi 3 performs very well. So overall, as you can see, this Mi 3, the overall performance of this Mi 3 was very nice, and considering the price of this device that is being sold in India via Flipkart for 14,000, I feel it's a great deal. But here are some of the minor cons that I noticed with this Mi 3, and it might affect your decision. The first thing is regarding the service centers. Yes, they do have some service centers, but these service centers are limited, and they are just limited to some of the top tier cities. Second thing is the actual availability of this device. This Mi 3 is being sold in India exclusively via Flipkart, and it's very difficult to get hold of this device. In fact, we had 3-4 sales of this Mi 3 on Flipkart, and it was just getting sold out in a couple of seconds. So the availability is a big issue with this device. Also, some of you might not like this device due to the lack of micro SD card. So the storage is what you get. Also, one thing I did notice is that overall the build quality is nice. One thing I did notice is that the SIM card tray was not that great. It's a little bit tough to take out, and I actually know one of my friend who had a faulty SIM card slot. So the SIM card slot, I don't know if that is solved in the latest batches, but that was a little bit of con. It's a little bit hard to take it out. Overall, apart from that, I did not personally have any issues with the build quality of this device. It feels solid in the hand, but yes, it's a little bit big in your hand for a 5-inch device. Also, one thing I did notice is that the touch sensitivity like this is actually excellent on this device. It's a very responsive device, but if you plug in the charger and then if you try to operate, the touch sensitivity just goes down a little bit. That's one thing I did notice of this device. But overall, in terms of performance, this Mi 3 performed brilliantly, and I did not notice anything like lagginess, etc. on this device. Yes, due to that Mi UI, it will take you some time to get used to the interface. So overall, what do I think about the Xiaomi Mi 3? Overall, if you take the price to performance ratio, this Xiaomi Mi 3 just comes at the top. There is no other Android device that can simply compete with this Xiaomi Mi 3 as of now, if we take the overall performance and price into ratio. But again, the Xiaomi is a new entrant in India, and as I told you, they have a limited amount of service centers, and only time will tell that how well these service centers perform. If they can provide good service, then I do think that the Xiaomi has a great future in India. But if we talk about the price to performance ratio, this product, yes, does get a big thumbs up in my opinion, because simply talking as of now, if you even want to spend around 25,000, there is no other Android device in the Indian market that can directly compete with the Xiaomi Mi 3 as of now. I've also made several other videos on the Xiaomi Mi 3, so make sure that you check them out for more in-depth info regarding those specific topics. Again, if you found this video review helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the same. It's free to subscribe, and if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I add a new video. Thank you for watching this video. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.